Hi guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be going over how to create wires and vines using Blender. I've upgraded to the stable release of Blender. It's 2.57. They fixed lots of bugs, so I suggest you do the same. This is the latest version at the time of this recording, so let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is create our new blend file here, and we'll make a new scene, and delete this cube because we're not going to need it. Now, it's really important that you make sure that your 3D cursor stays in the exact center um, of the scene here, or else your coordinates are going to be all screwy and it's not going to look right. So let's go ahead and add, and we're going to add a cylinder. And in this cylinder, we're going to put the vertices at 5 or some small number that we can always adjust and make this look better later. And we also want to do is uncheck this where it says cap ends so that we don't have the ends to our cylinder. Now if we press R and hit rotate and rotate it 90 degrees along the y-axis, we should have a cylinder now with no ends that is basically pointed in the direction of the x-axis. Now, what we want to do is go over to this button where it says modifiers, and we're going to create a let's add this array modifier. Now, this thing can be really screwy sometimes. There are a couple of things we need to do here. Under fit type, select fit curve, and actually the curve that we're going to be using is uh, with your 3D cursor where it is right there. Let's add another curve real quick and just put in a path. And this is actually the curve. Basically, the way this works is after we're done, you're going to be able to just modify the path, and it will build the vines around the path. So let's go back to our cylinder here, and under curve for your array modifier, select this NURBS path. Now, this is really screwy because in some tutorials it says that your relative offset should be, this x here at 1 and then all these others at 0, but I found that sometimes it does this, and all you have to do is change this 1 to a 0, and this under the z offset, make that a 1, and that should fix your problem. Now, what this will do right now, this will just keep creating new cylinders for the length of the curve that we have there. Now, what we want to do is we also want to deform it, so where if we decide to move the curve and spirals and such, the cylinders will follow respectively. So what we want to do is select this box that says merge, and then we want to add another modifier for our cylinder. In older versions, I think it's just called deform, but we're going to use this curve right here. And under the curve, we're going to, right by this box, we're going to select NURBS path. And that should be pretty much it. Now what happens is when we go down to our path here, let's select our path, go into to edit mode, and select one end, and let's see if we grab it. There we go. See. So what happens is if we press G and we grab it, it's actually going to extend and deform based on where we put our path. Now you can also extrude and really do pretty much whatever you want to create your vines here or your wire. Now, one of the things I've noticed is that if you want to scale this down, if this is way too large, let's go back to your cylinder. You want to be in edit mode when you scale down. If you're in object mode and you hit scale, it's going to scale down everything. So you're really not going to get the results you want if you try to scale down in object mode here. So let's go into edit mode. It's going to straighten out the cylinder again, and just scale it down however small you want it, about there or so. And when you go back into object mode, you'll notice that it forms back into the curve again. Now we do this because it does this because we haven't applied our modifiers yet, and you really don't want to do that until you're done, editing everything, or else, well, you're not going to be able to change your wire. So let's go back in here and make a few more adjustments here. Alright, so now that you have, whatever shape that you want your vines to be in, all you really need to do is go back to your cylinder. You can apply these if you want. I tend to just kind of leave them how they are till I'm absolutely certain that everything's the way I want. And then you can just apply both of these, and there you have it. It creates the all the array objects that were your old cylinders, and from here you can start modifying it. So if I wanted to add another modifier, I could give it a subsurf, something like that, and get a very smooth look for a wire. Um, Now you should still be able to now see at this point you can't really mess with the scale anymore, so make sure it's really the way you want it before you apply that modifier. And even before you subsurf, if you want to end off in these caps, you can really just select the ends here, the 5 vertices, with this vertex select mode. And if you hit Alt M, oops, if you hit Alt M and merge at center, then you can actually create this point, just depending on what you want to do. So let's go back to subsurf. Make sure your render is also set to however many subdivisions you're going to use, or else it's not going to look the same. And then you can just edit it from there, and extend stuff, if you want it pointy or whatnot. And so yeah, that's basically how you create wires and vines using Blender.